Hi there, my name is Chris Downing, Application Engineer for Man and Machine UK. This video is going to be an overall view of AutoCAD Electrical 2022. Okay, so on the left hand side here we have a project browser. Okay, that's the first difference you'll notice when working in AutoCAD Electrical in comparison to just plain AutoCAD, is that you have this project browser which gives you a view of all the drawings within that project, and it links those drawings together so that it can maintain a database of tags, wire numbers, components, etc., and link them all together and cross-reference them all against each sheet. Okay, so we have this project file at the top which acts as the link, and then you've got all the drawings that sit underneath, and here's some other projects we have here as well. Okay, so currently I have MAM Demo 6 active. That's the project I'm currently working, and I'm looking at MD006 page 1. Okay, so we've got 5 pages at the moment. Okay, so the next difference you'll notice in AutoCAD Electrical compared to AutoCAD is you've got these additional tabs at the top here. So we have the project tab for performing project related tasks, schematic tab for schematic creation, panel tab for panel creation, panel layouts typically, reports tab for creating reports such as bill of materials, wire lists, numbers, etc. Okay, so we've also got an import and export, so we can import and export data to a spreadsheet if we choose to as well. Okay, so just to start you off then, so we're going to start off creating a schematic, and in fact this first sheet I'm going to leave blank because that's going to be my drawing list. So I'm going to skip across to the second sheet. So you've got these nice little arrows here which allows us to jump between two sheets, and it will close, so you can see we've got this other sheet open here, but it will close the first page that you were on. So for example, if I go back now to page 1, you can see it closes page 2. Yep, and opens page 1, and then I go back to page 2, it closes page 1 and opens page 2. So that's quite useful in itself. And then we have on the schematic tab here the icon menu. You can click on that button there, and I've actually got some saved circuits away, but all these other icons here for push buttons, for example, selector switches, yeah, breakers, fuses, relays, they all come out of the box, but I've actually added some extra circuits myself, and I'll show you how easy it is to do this. For example, I've got a main supply circuit here for 100 amp supply, so I click on that button there and I can place it directly into my drawing like so, and that's a 100 amp supply. So actually what I've done there is actually save the component details into the circuit as well, so I don't have to go through and put any other information in there for that 100 amp supply. And it's very easy to do that and save those away. And back in the day when I used to do electrical engineering for a living rather than working for Man and Machine, I used to create circuits for different supplies for motors, for example, just different supplies in general. I'd have a circuit for a 4 kilowatt motor circuit, or a 5.5 kilowatt motor circuit, and so on and so forth. So that makes life a lot easier than going around delving through different drawings, looking at old projects maybe to find circuits. You can save them to your icon menu quickly and easily. I've also got another circuit that I've got saved away, which is just four times motor supplies. Here it is, 4 times motor circuit there. Click on that and you can see it's got 4 motor supply circuits there, contactors, breakers, and the actual motor itself, and I can just drop that onto my page, and what it does is it actually numbers them up for me. Okay, so you can see it's going from QA1 through to QA4, and here it's going from MA1 through to MA4. Okay, so you can place things quickly and easy, and it's numbering it for me. And these are different supplies I've got in here. I've got a 3 times 32 amp and then a 20 amp one in the middle here randomly. Yeah, you can see how quickly and easy that is to start building up a circuit, right? I'll show you some other functionality quickly. For example, we can place multiple components in one click. So if I click on that button there and I pick, for example, a terminal, and I'll pick this one here, round with a number, and it changes the number on the other side of the terminal, the wire number that is. So I click align, draw a line straight away through all those wires there, and wherever it intersects a wire it will place that symbol. I want to keep this one, so you can choose to skip lines if you wanted to. I'll click OK to keep this one. It's giving me my default catalog information for the terminal that I like to use. I'll just call it T1 as the number. The tag strip can be X1. But of course I can go in here and look up different components if I wanted to, and find different style terminals if I wanted to in here. This is filtering my favorites at the moment. If I turn this off and hit the search button in here, you can see there's quite a few different terminals we can pick from, and this is just the out-of-the-box catalog I've got showing here. Again, I've got a couple of favorites there, so you can favorite some to make life easy for yourself. So I could pick one of these if I wanted to. I'll go for the ZU4 maybe. Click OK on there, and that's picked that terminal now. And then I click OK, and then it asks me what I want to do with the rest of them. Do I want to keep all of them? Yes, I do. Do I want to see the dialog box after each one? No, I don't. Do I want to hide the tag and installation codes? Yes, I do. And click OK, and it goes through, dropping in my terminals onto every line. Okay, so these are terminals to show that there's a termination in the panel, and then these wires here are going to be external. So I do have a wire type for external wires. I'm going to right click and do a change wire type here, and use my external wire type here and click OK. And then I can drive that wire type through to each of those wires like so. So those wire numbers don't get numbered, or those wire types don't get numbered. It's just set up that way in my project, so that actually now when I start placing numbers, these ones, they're external, they're cables, they maybe don't have numbers that relate to the panel. Another thing I might like to do is move these contactors up here, so I can use the scoot command to move this contactor up here, round about there, click OK, and it'll scoot all the other related contactors. And I can actually use the align command, which sits under there, and use that to align these other ones quickly and easily, which makes life nice and easy. Yeah, and my circuit is pretty much ready to go. I just need wire numbers, but before I place the wire numbers, what I'm going to do is go to a source arrow on here and click on there, and I'm going to just call it L1. It doesn't matter what you call it really, it's just a code that you like to use. So I might put signal L1 for example, and then click OK, and that then drops that arrow in on there. I don't want to put the destination in right now, so I'll click don't show me this again and click no, and then just press enter, and then I'll use signal L2, so it's predicting what I want. Click OK, and I'll use signal L3. Again, this is just a code. It can be anything you want. It could be Chris1 if you want it to be. I'm going to change that to N1. Okay, so that's put some source arrows. So these source arrows will allow me to link one page to another, so that the wires go directly off one page and onto another, and the software knows that they are the same wire. And it'll put the cross-reference on as well, and you'll see that shortly. Okay, so now I just want to number this page with wire numbers. Got a wire number button here, click on the button there, use the default settings that I've configured for this project, and let it drop in the wire numbers like so. Okay, so it's dropped in my wire numbers L1, L2, L3, L1, 2, 3, and then you've got your 02s on the end, so on and so forth, goes through the whole lot, numbering up my whole drawing there. Okay, go to the next page, so I'll skip to page 3. And I'll just place on a bus bar, so icon menu, circuits, I've got a bus bar icon here, click OK. Again, it's a circuit that I've just put in there for my own benefit, just with 4 wires, just makes life nice and easy. Again, this is what it's all about, right? Giving you more productivity, making life easy for you to do the drafting so you can concentrate more on the design. Looking at the project for a signal code, just refresh the database there so I can see the wire numbers, good. Make it so it only shows me unpaired, so it kind of filters the list by unpaired connections, and you see that it brings through the reference and the wire number directly into that wire. So if we go back again, you can see here the reference is updated on this sheet here, telling me where it goes. Okay, so you no longer have to worry about referencing anymore. The software is going to do it for you. Okay, so destination arrow again. Project, see it's filtering now, so we've lost the L1. Okay, and again press enter to repeat the command. Do another one for that one there, and then another one for this last one here, like so. Yeah, and I might drop on some contactors again. I could potentially just copy them from the previous page. If I wanted to do that, I can. So I can just use my copy clip option here. That's my base point, and I could just pick these like so. Maybe I want to do 6. Maybe I'll try and squeeze on 6, or maybe a couple more. We'll see. So I'll press enter there and skip to the next page, and then paste. See how many I can fit on here. Just drop those on there. I reckon I could fit 5 on there. So let's drop those on, and what you'll notice is it's continuing to count on there. So you got Q5, Q6, Q7, M5, M88, and M87. So just counting onwards. If I wanted to do another couple of circuits, I can just use the copy circuit. In this case, this one here. I'll just pick the one this time, I think, and I'll use that there as my base point, because that will allow me to place them neatly and evenly. There we go. So it's asking what I want to do with the terminal numbers. I want to increase them, don't I? So we'll just have a quick look at these terminal numbers, and you can see they're counting on from the previous page. And I can just extend these over here, like so. And place on some source arrows. Just like so. Just do a quick wire number on there, just to make sure all my wires are all numbered. Click OK. It will go through numbering all the wires. Perfect. So we've got wires numbered, we've got terminals numbered, we've got our source destination arrows. Might want to just shift that across a little bit, just for neatness. Why not? Just bring that over here, and that looks a bit better. Save the drawing and head to the next page. This is where I'm going to start doing the control circuit, and I'm going to start bringing across maybe just a multiple bus from an empty space with 4 poles, somewhere like that. And I'll bring on my destination arrows, and what you'll notice this time as well is that we're able to bring the wires across, but it also updates the wire layers as well with the right colors. So bring those across, numbers the wires, updates the wire layers, and cross-references the source and destination arrows. Okay, I wanted to create a circuit which I haven't done before, or I haven't saved it away to my icon menu, but I have used it in a previous project. So I can go to my start menu and have a look through some of my historical drawings here, and I have here a drawing that I'd like to use the circuit of. So all I would do is come to here, use my copy clip, pick a base point somewhere logical. This doesn't happen to be sitting on the grid for some reason, so I'll just use an endpoint. So my grid snaps off for a second. Pick that up there. Put those back on again now, and just draw a box around those and those. Press enter and close that drawing. Don't need to save it. And then use the paste to paste that new circuit, or the circuit, onto this page, like so. It goes through then updating all the numbers and the cross references where required. Okay, and then I can trim these wires as well, or extend them. In this case I need to extend a couple, like so, nice and easy. to make modifications like that. Remember, I used the scoot tool on the symbol, but you can also use a scoot tool on a line like so. So it just brings it across like that if you wanted to. A bit too far maybe. And the move symbol or the move command to move circuitry around like so. I think really that's one of the main benefits with using AutoCAD Electrical, is just making edits to your drawings is usually what's the most time consuming in AutoCAD, because it has a knock-on effect to all your cross references, it has a knock-on effect to all your numbers. You have to spend time trimming and stretching and breaking wires and stuff like that, whereas in AutoCAD Electrical it's all done automatically for you. Okay, so that's neat enough for the purpose of today. I want to put on a source arrow now over here. Use an actual source code. There we go. And again, down the bottom here. Again, I'll be more specific about these codes that I'm using. It's just for the purpose of the demo. Then I'll number my wires. Just clicking wire numbers there, and you can see that my wires are being numbered using different schemes depending on what layer the wire is on. Okay, so this is the layer 0V, so it has a 0V numbering scheme. This is the layer 24V, therefore it has the 24V numbering scheme. This over here, this is the layer L1, so it has the L1 numbering scheme. So that's how that's working in the background. Let's go to the next page. Let's start doing some PLC circuits. I'll draw one line and I will draw another line like so, and I will place on my destination arrows coming from my previous page to freshen that database. The numbers on there, there we go. Again, update the layers. Yeah, update the layers, perfect. Come on to over here, we've got a parametric PLC tool where I can create PLCs on the fly. This one will do, and I'll pop it on. You can see that's the size of it. Normally I can drop it on like so, change my spacing down to 20 maybe, and insert the whole PLC. Looking at that, I can probably give it a bit more space. Let's try that. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? So that'll do. Click OK and drop it on. Rack 1, slot 0. We'll use the default numbering there. And I just want to shift that across a little bit. So again, I use the move. Using the proper AutoCAD Electrical move allows the software to update the cross references if required as well. So it's quite important to use the proper tools that are given to you. Just bring that out there, just bring that out there. Because what I'm going to do now is then place on a multiple bus from a component. Click OK. Draw a box around those points there, those terminations there, and I can drag that out and drop it on so it connects there, and do the same for the 0V. Yeah, bringing it right down so it connects there. Okay, and then you can do the same thing again. You could have push buttons, you could have proximity switches, heat sensors, whatever it is in the top here. So I'll just go with push buttons, keep it nice and easy. Right, so I have a bunch of push buttons that are, let's say, normally open to start with. Drop that in there and give it a catalog entry. Yeah, why not just go with one of those, something like that. You can give it, say what it's doing, start motor 1 for example. You can put that information in to the switch if you choose to. Yeah, you could then use that to create 4 more extra switches. So you can go pick as a master, insert multiple, pick as a master. Keep all, don't ask, don't show me the dialog box. Bang, 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 bang. Just dropped it all in there and tagged them all. Okay, Might want to do a few tweaks to those attributes. Maybe I might rotate them. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. Just rotate those attributes. Nice functionality there to be able to click on an attribute and just rotate it. You've also got the move attributes as well, so you can pick up multiple attributes and move them all together. Even though they are attributes of the push button block, we can move them all together like so. And of course you may want to update, but I'm not going to do that in a demo. Update each one to show the correct number. And then what you could do is you could actually copy this component over here like so, but then actually decide to change it so it's normally closed. And there's a little toggle here for doing that, which is quite nice. Little normally closed toggle updates it. All right, it's reset my attribute, but that's fine. I can sort that out in a minute. And I will then do the same thing again. So I'll use my multiple copy. There we go. Keep all, don't ask, don't show the dialog box. Bangs them all in, tags them all up. And then we're going to rotate it again and move it again. So the attributes that is, just do that. Boom, 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 boom. And that can be stop, can't it? That can be stop motor one, whatever you want it to be. Just quick move. Move those over there. Perfect. Okay, so that's my PLC circuit done. I'm then going to go and start doing some panel layouts. I haven't created a drawing yet, so let's talk about creating drawings. I might trim this down. Obviously, this is not a complete circuit, is it? You know, I'm just showing you as much functionality as I can in the shortest space of time as possible. But yeah, let's start doing a panel layout. So let's just create a new drawing. So a new drawing now. I'm going to do MD 00607. This is going to be MAM Demo Project 6 panel layout, and yeah, same voltage. Sheet number 6, isn't it? 6. Click OK on this for the moment. Click OK on this, and it basically goes through, creates the drawing, and then fills out the attributes for you. Okay, so some of these attributes are drawing attributes. So those 3 attributes there, MAM Demo Project 6 panel layout. The sheet attributes, those are obviously drawing specific attributes, but then you also have the project attributes as well, like the project number, the drawing number, maybe the revision, maybe. So maybe we've decided to uprev this project. If I right click on the project and select descriptions, I can uprev this to revision B. I can change the customer maybe to man and machine instead of YouTube, and click OK. And then just go through and do a title update. Make sure that we've got the correct details in here. In fact, I'll take that out and let it count for itself, because it will do that. And click OK, and do all the pages, and click OK. And that will go through every single one, updating the sheet number, updating the revision, making sure that any other changes have been updated as well, like customer. So if I flick through a couple of sheets here, you can see that those changes have been made. I've now got sheet 5 of 6, yep, and it's revision B, and it's customer MAM. Yep, and go back to the previous sheet. It's now sheet 4 of 6, and it's now revision B. Okay, so it's all updating itself automatically for me. What I didn't do is number my wires on there, so I'll just quickly do that just for the fun of it. There we go, it's my wire numbers all numbered up accordingly. Okay, go to the next sheet. Okay, so I do have, with my drawings, I have a paper space and I have a model space. The model space is where I draw the model and schematics, and I just have the border showing on the schematic in the model so that I can see where my schematic should be positioned. But when it comes to a panel layout, it's not so critical. Okay, so I'll be using this paper space so I can scale my panel to fit, so I can delete that sheet away, and I will then go to my panel builder and I'll select the icon menu from here, select enclosures from here, and look one up, and let's just clear that out. I don't think I have any favorites, so let's just quickly have a look down and see if I can pick something that I'm aware is quite a good one. This looks quite a good one, so let's go with that one. Click OK, click OK, and here we have our panel layout. I'll just drop that in 0, 0 coordinate like so. You can rotate it around if you want. Click OK on there, tag it, give it information if you choose to, and click OK. And if I look at my sheet layout now, I'll just activate the viewport and just set it so that it fits. Yeah, so it's roughly around 1 to 5, just about fits on like so. So we now have a scale drawing there. Okay, so I can go back to my model space and start doing my page layout. I've got a really good terminal editor in here, so I can click on here and place my terminals in. Have a look at my editor like so. Layout previews there, so I can preview that layout. I can decide to rotate it by 90 degrees if I wanted to, and then just place it straight onto my drawing. Yeah, insert from here, and it drops it in at the correct scale like so. I can go to my icon menu again. I could put dim rail in if I wanted to. It's got dim rail option here. Yeah, and scale it up by 25.4. It's all scaled down in this, so just scale it up. Just stick it in like so. Need to give it some information, otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah, it says you can put dim rail in. You can. There is on that dim rail. There is wire ducting as well in there. Oh, we need to do the same thing again. Don't forget to give it the length, which is there. So you can put some wire ducting in. Repeat the command over here, like so. We can put on, if we go and look at the schematic list, we can look at the list of what's in the schematic and start placing things from the schematic. So in a similar way to what we did with the terminals there. Okay, so I could start placing on these, for example, my breakers. So you can insert multiple. Give it a uniform spacing on the X of, I think it's 75 for this. We'll give it a go, we'll see what we get. I'll suppress the dialog box and I'll just, yeah, pop it down like so. Not quite 75 was it, but you can see what it's doing there. Yeah, if I got the spacing right, they wouldn't overlap. Okay, so that's fine. I'll just drop them on so you can place them in like so. The spacing looks like it could have been about 100, right? Something like that. And then they would have fitted on perfectly. Schematic list again. Let's go with these push buttons. Insert a bunch of those. Yeah, we leave it as it is. See what we get. Well, those aren't push buttons, those are relays. They've got a spacing of 75. In this case, I'm just allowing it to place it on manually, one at a time, rather than do a spacing, in fact, which could be preferred. You'll see that they're all got their tags on them. You can see they're all checked off the list once they've been placed. These are the push buttons, look. So we'll go with first slot, like so, something like that. And then insert, use uniform spacing, suppress dialog box. Yeah, and then pop them over here. Bangs them all on in a row. Do the next lot, same again. Could track that down here if I had tracking on, which I do. If I have snaps on, which I don't. There we go. Bang them on there. Okay, so you can see that you can use your schematic list to generate your panel footprint, and these are linked up. Yeah, so if I right click on here and go look at the surfer, I can see the related component and jump straight to it. Yeah, it takes me straight to it there, and vice versa. If I look at, let's go back a couple of pages to my terminals. Can do the same from a terminal maybe. Right click on there, use the surfer tool, jump to the panel, terminal rail, like so. So they are all linked up. Okay. So let's just say I've spent all the time, I've done my circuit, I've done my panel layout, and I now need to do, let's just switch this in here, there we go, save that away. I now need to do some reports. So I go to my report creator, click on my automatic report. So I've configured some reports. This is something you would do. Ideally, you configure your reports how you want them to look and add them across. And you can see it gives us a table output there. And the first name of my drawing will be MD, and it will be 00607. Without the hyphen there, not that it really matters. Click browse, use my templates, that one there, and then we're going to also want a wire to and from list. Add that across as well. So it's going to give us a wire to and from list and a bill of material. Click OK. So it creates a drawing and puts the table onto the drawing for me automatically. There we go. So it's doing a report, bill of material report, and next it will do my wire to and from lists. There they are. It creates as many pages as it needs for that list. So we needed 2 in that case, and that's finished. So we can close this drawing. Click yes on there. Go to my first drawing and do my drawing list. Drawing list report, there it is. Click the format, that's my format that I like to use. Click OK. Click new report, do all, click OK. It's generating my drawing list. And we can put on the drawing then. We could put a title in there if you like. Drawing list. We're going to specify for the placement, something like that, but we can always move it afterwards, it's not a problem. Make sure we get the right size. I think we want the metric one here if I remember rightly. And click OK, and then click close. And there's my drawing list. Okay. So finally, I do a batch plot. So I'd right click on the project here, select publish to PDF, select do all, click OK, and we just want the first layout tab and not the model tab. Okay, and click OK, and it will run in the background and print away. Okay. So here you can see that you've got all my drawings included, and we just click publish from here and pick and save it to the desktop, and it whirs away in the background for you. You continue on working with AutoCAD until it's finished. Once it's finished, you'll hopefully have no errors, and you can go to your desktop and open up your printout. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Man & Machine. Please smash a like on the video and share wherever you feel necessary. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers, bye.